eat it, they'll be like, say what? It's vegan? So yeah.
Hey guys, it's your girl Chef Joya, and welcome back to another episode of Say What is Vegan. We're getting ready to pull out a recipe from my cookbook, Baby It's Just Vegan. Now, you know, anytime you have gatherings, you want to bring something special that's going to be the talk of the event. We're going to go ahead and make my stuffed mushrooms. So let's go ahead and get into this easy and delicious recipe. Alright, so to start this recipe, we're going to add some olive oil to our pan and get this nice and heated up. And then I've already have my portobellos that I've cleaned, and I've taken the stems out of them. You want to make sure you take that out and clean those as well, because you don't want to have any dirty stems, all right? You want to use a pound at least, and that's only really going to serve about maybe 4 people. So if you're cooking for like a crowd of people, you may want to even triple this recipe, okay? So I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to get ready to start my mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and use my vegan ground sausage. You can use whatever brand you like. I actually like the Impossible sausage. Now I know some of y'all like, Chef Joy, I don't like soy. You can go ahead and use Beyond Meat sausage, or you can even find there's other brands that's out there. Or if you're like, no, Chef, I don't want to use it. This is the time I'm going to tell you, you can do it without it. You just want to add more mushrooms, or you can add some soaked walnuts to it. But you have to make sure you cook it down as well to replace this. All right, so I'm just going to get this open a little bit. Ooh, it look a mess, honey. Wait. And I'm gonna put this into my pan, right? Look how it looks. I know, just the imagery is just not pleasant, but that's not the point. And then in my cookbook, I have you doing it in a different order. So you have my cookbook, Baby It's Just Vegan. You can go ahead and follow those directions. If you're more of a visual person, you can go ahead and follow the directions that I'm given. The next, you want to go ahead and add in your onions. Then I'm going to go ahead and chop some bell pepper. And yes, I'm going to use my same knife, and I'm not worried about cleaning. It's vegan. We ain't got to worry about all those extra stuff. You got to worry about getting no food poisoning right away for cross-contamination. So I'm going to go ahead and just chop this up a little bit. Dice my bell pepper. Now, you can use red or green. It's whatever you prefer, but I actually do like the green bell pepper in this because I do use the red bell pepper, but I use that as a topping. Alright, gonna add our bell pepper to this. Alright, next we're gonna go ahead and add in some garlic. Now you can use fresh minced garlic, but I do like this jarred minced garlic, and I do prefer this, the Body of brand, because it doesn't taste as, I don't want to call it processed, but it doesn't taste as like fake, even though it's not fake. Y'all get what I'm saying? It just don't taste like water. It actually tastes like garlic. All right, so we're gonna get this nice and mixed up. And if you're asking about the chopper, you can look at my Amazon store. The links are at the bottom of my videos where you can find this 4-way chopper. It's good for smashing. It's good for grinding up your vegan meats. It's good for grinding up nuts. It does multiple things, and this is like one of my favorite kitchen tools. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, because anytime I'm using any meat substitutes, I want to add in that Worcestershire sauce so I can help that flavor stick. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add in my Just Magic seasonings. If you do not have my seasonings, what is you doing? All right? You must be new to the channel. We're going to go ahead and use my Just Magic, which is my all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to get that nice and seasoned. Now, this is starting to brown up a bit, so this probably has about like another minute and a half of cooking. Now, one of the things is when you use, like, let's just say you use like Beyond Meat or something like that, that tends to not change color. So you want to maybe add a little bit of browning to it if you're going for a color. All right. So now that that is almost done, we're going to take our mushroom stems. Remember I said you want to go ahead and keep the mushroom stems. We're going to gather these, and then we're going to chop these up really small and add this to the mix. Now, one of the things that I do want to correct, in the beginning of the video I said you may want to one of the things that I do want to correct is when I said you want to double the recipe. Now, you will want to double the amount of mushrooms if you have a bigger crowd, because the way that I made this mix, it is always extra. I mean, I'm just kind of extra, so sometimes you may have a small mushroom or a little or a big mushroom, and I'd rather for you to have more than less, okay? So I already made a nice big batch, but you may just want to get more mushrooms. Now, while this is mixing around, I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of my ingredients that I need. Let me turn this down just a tad bit. All right. So So I'm gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of breadcrumbs. And these are panko breadcrumbs. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my vegan Parmesan cheese. Now you wanna use the grated vegan Parmesan cheese, follow your heart. Makes a nice grated Parmesan cheese, and if you don't have that, you can also use nutritional yeast, and you can blend that up with some cashews if you would like, and with a little bit of chili powder. It actually tastes really good. So now you want to add in your vegan cream cheese. Now let me tell you a fun fact. I don't have any vegan cream cheese, and I don't know why, so I'm going to use this vegan sour cream. The thing about it is it's made out of the same ingredients. So a lot of times you can exchange some products, especially when it's vegan, because a lot of them taste the same because it's made out of the same base. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my cream cheese. Well, it's not cream, but cream cheese, y'all. And I'm gonna give that a nice little mix around. Now I want to get all my cheese off my spoon. That's why I did it. I had to think twice so I didn't want to scratch up my pan. So I'm just gonna mix this in here softly. So once I get this nice and mixed in, I'm gonna give it a taste. Now you always want to give your mix a taste, especially when you're cooking something, because these are one of those recipes, once it's done, right? Once it goes in the oven, there's no changing it. So you have time to, like, if you need to add a little bit more salt, if you need to add pepper, if you need to add Worcestershire sauce, or you're like, hey, I want more garlic, you can adjust your recipe at this time. All right, let me give this a taste, and I'm gonna be honest and see what I may or may not need to add to it. Because the color, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of scaring me. I'm like, uh-oh, what's that about? So let me try it out. That flavor is scary. But what I will do, that's really good. I don't even need to, but I'm gonna add a little bit more, just magic. Just because like the creaminess is like really standing out, which is a good thing, because there's nothing like a bad, dry, stuffed mushroom. But I want this to come forward. So I'm gonna add this. So I am done with this, and so I'm gonna get ready to stuff my mushrooms. All right. So we're gonna take our parchment paper down, lay it on our baking sheet. We have the oven preheated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna go ahead and take our mushrooms and lay it upon the pan. These mushrooms are a little fragile, so sometimes, depending on the mushroom, I kind of like take some more of the sides out, but these ones are a little, fragile. So I'm just gonna take some of my mixture, and I'm gonna add it right to the top. Just like that. Y'all see how easy this is? Like, this recipe is like literally from start to finish, maybe about 30 minutes. And it's absolutely delicious. And you see how much mixture this makes, all right? So like, you're already winning. Especially with it being flavorful, people are really gonna love it. They're gonna be like, when you bringing those stuffed mushrooms again, girl? And really with this recipe, you don't even have to tell people that it's vegan, okay? Let them eat it up and enjoy it, and then you tell them, especially the naysayers. All right, guys, so while I was stuffing this, I was getting ready to put it in the oven. I was talking to my videographer, and he was like, oh, I only had stuffed mushrooms with like just cheese, real basic. He's like, no, I had a stuffed jalapeno with all the works. I said, I've never had that. So I was like, let me go ahead and go get some of these jalapenos, and I'm getting ready to stuff these bad babies with some of this leftover mixture. And I am not taking out the seeds because I like my food hot. I like it spicy. So I'm really just gonna slice this in half, and I'm gonna stuff in my mixture. Okay, now if you do not like the heat, make sure you take out the seeds and veins. Put some gloves on, people, because if you go to the bathroom or you touch your eyes, it is officially over for you, okay? I know some of y'all done did it before. You know what I mean. And put this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes on 400 degrees. And then in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and cut up some red roasted bell pepper and some parsley for garnish. All right, so these are out of the oven. They are really hot. Now you can top it with some more vegan Parmesan cheese if you would like. I'm just gonna go ahead and garnish it with some chopped red bell pepper, our roasted bell pepper, and our parsley. And then once I'm able to pick it up, I'm gonna set it on this plate, and we're gonna try it out to enjoy. Now, if you're a seasoning queen like me, you can go ahead and sprinkle a little bit more just magic on it, but you really don't need to, okay? All right, guys, so we're getting ready to try this out. I already know it's absolutely delicious, but I haven't had it in a while, so let me go ahead, and I'm gonna start with a little one because they are still hot, okay, baby? And I was picking it up, putting it on the plate, burning my hands at the same time. So, I already knew it was gonna get a little weird. Let's go for this pepper. No. Ooh, this ain't hot. Hold on. Let's put the thing down, huh? Ooh. That thing is hot. Woo! But it is so good. Wait, my mouth on fire. I can't even talk. I know y'all gonna love this recipe as much as I do. If you have not, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am Chef Joya. This is Say What Is Vegan, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Ooh, baby. It is good. And why am I crazy ass gonna eat the, you wanna try it?